Hello, my beautiful babes, and welcome to the Bad Bitch Academy. It's your girl, Amber the Baddie, and I am here with another video all about how to exude confidence like a bad fucking bitch. Here's the thing, we all want to be confident, and I'm sure at one point or another you've been out in the world and you've seen someone who is just full confidence, walking with their head held high. You can feel that they're not insecure. You can feel their power. You can just feel this confidence. And those are the kinds of people who end up manifesting what they want, who end up talking to that hot guy at the bar, who end up going for that job, and who really are just living their best lives. That person is you, that person is me, that person is all of us if we learn how to exude confidence like a baddie, and I'm going to teach you exactly how. Now let's be real, there is only so much faking it until you making it that you can do, right? And yes, I'm going to give you some like body language tips about exuding confidence, but at the end of the day, you need to love yourself. If you hate yourself and you think you're ugly and that nobody likes to be around you and that you're annoying and you're not good enough and all these things, you're not going to be able to fake that, right? Confidence, it comes from self-love, and you have to have self-love. So if you are new on your self-love journey, happy you're here. This is going to be so powerful for you. I have a video that I'm going to link up above where I kind of talk about how to go through this process of loving yourself and really how to just level up and how to work on yourself. And I give you some really easy steps that you can do. So watch that video up there. But first, you have to have self-love. You have to be your own biggest cheerleader. If we don't think that we are the shit, then people aren't going to feel that because we don't believe it's true, right? So we have to be the ones to kind of start this process. Now, something that can really work with pumping up your confidence is affirmations, okay? Using positive affirmations is really all about changing our views and our beliefs about how we view and see ourselves, about how we show up in the world, how we respond to things. Affirmations are so amazing, they're so juicy. I do them almost every fucking day. So listen to affirmations, whether you make your own or you listen to one of mine. I've got a ton of affirmations. I will also link that playlist up above. So tap into the affirmations I have, especially my bad bitch affirmations. Those are like my first video to actually blow up, and they're so fucking powerful. So tap into those bad bitch affirmations and really start to just rewire how you view and feel about yourself, because that obviously is going to have a really big impact on your confidence. Something else that I really want to just kind of touch on is that we have the tendency to be so hard on ourselves, and oftentimes we feel like everyone around us is judging you or thinking badly about you or critiquing everything you do, when in reality, like, no one really gives a fuck about you, you know what I mean? Like, they're all too worried about themselves to really think about what you got going on. So just remember that the way you see yourself is most likely not the way that everybody else sees you. You might feel super insecure or super ugly, be like, oh my God, I'm breaking out. People, and that's all they can see, when no one's actually thinking about that. No one is actually looking at you. So be kind to yourself, and just remember, people are not critiquing you the way you critique yourself, and that might help you have a little bit more confidence. And kind of bouncing off of that as well, I really live by the principles of assuming the best. We can assume whatever the fuck we want, and it's not really going to affect the outcome, right? You can assume that, you know, let's say you had a date with a guy and he didn't text you back. He didn't text you the next day. You might be assuming, oh my God, he doesn't like me. He's not into it. I was ugly. I fucked it up. I said the wrong thing, fucking spiraling out of control, when maybe he actually just lost his phone. He's at work. His grandma died. I don't know. It could be anything. So make sure to just start assuming the best. This is such a good principle to live by. Always assume the best. And let me tell you, oftentimes the best ends up happening. And that's just a beautiful way to not be so insecure and so negative and thinking that people are always just thinking the worst. Just assume they're thinking the best. If there's a group of girls looking at you and talking, don't assume, oh my god, they're talking about how ugly my outfit is and that I'm fat and that blah 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 blah. Think, oh my god, those girls must like my outfit. They must be looking at how bomb my lashes are. They must be fucking thinking that I have the nicest ass in the world. Like, some people might say that that's like conceited, but like, no, that's just assuming the best, because that's going to influence how you perceive the world, how you perceive other people. Okay, so sorry about my little ramble. I hope that stuff was a little bit helpful. And let's talk about how to exude confidence in your body language. Okay, body language is important, and it's time for you to be mindful of that. That is actually one of the biggest blessings that's come from me being a stripper, is to acknowledge and realize that my body language has a fucking impact, and knowing how to manipulate my body language to kind of give off a certain impression. Number one, right? Body language of a confident bad bitch. I want you to start walking with your head held high, looking straight ahead, looking at your dreams, your visions, looking at people in the eye. I see so many beautiful women who walk around like this all day. They don't make eye contact. They look very shy and uncomfortable. Like, that's not the vibe, okay? Practice walking with your head held high, looking at people in the eyes, not being scared if someone's looking at you, not being scared if someone sees you, but looking at them and giving them a smile, having that beautiful positive energy, okay? Head held high, try to smile, try to just be happy and be in a good energy, and you're just going to attract so much beauty. You're going to attract the right people, the right circumstances. People are going to feel more open and comfortable around you as well. And of course, it just makes you look confident. Other thing is, try to avoid fidgeting. I know it's sometimes such an unconscious thing to like play with your hair, touch your arms, look back and forth, but it just makes you look nervous. You look anxious, you look uncomfortable. I'm like, are you okay? Do you actually want to be here? Like, what's going on? Take a deep breath. Calm and collected. Don't be fidgety, right? Like, move with purpose. Be intentional with what you're doing. Why am I fucking doing this? Am I like, what does this mean? Okay, let me just like have my hand somewhere else and try to just be calm and still and relaxed, because that also makes you look more confident. I know I mentioned this before, but make eye contact with people. People are not Medusa. You're not going to turn into a pillar of stone by looking someone in the eye. So look at people, smile, engage with them. Like, don't be afraid to keep eye contact while you're talking. And it's also kind of like a power thing. I love playing with this, especially at the strip club, especially when talking to men, where like I will just keep eye contact the whole time. And it's weird, but it kind of like, it just gives you that dominance, right? Like really being able to see into someone's soul and to just look at them and to have like your full attention to them. Because a lot of times you might not notice this, but if you're a person that like looks around or is like doesn't make eye contact, for the person talking to you, it almost gives off the vibe that like you're not interested, you're not paying attention, you're in your head, you're not present, you don't want to be there. So try to maintain eye contact, being there with the person you're talking to and looking them in the eyes. Also, think about how you're positioned depending on if you're standing or if you're sitting, but just be aware of your body language. Are you slouched over? Are your shoulders in? Your head down? Your hands closed? Are you like putting yourself into a little ball? That doesn't give off confidence, right? Shoulders back, head straight, neck long, looking up, shoulder exposed perhaps, looking people in the eyes, being present. This gives you confidence. Not shying away, looking awkward, feeling uncomfortable. Like, just practice. Even if that's like practicing when you're at home watching a movie, how are you sitting, right? And also, like, if you're a person who kind of wants to give off like that sexy confidence, just really pay attention to what your body language is saying. Like, this hunched back rolls out, it's not a vibe. Arch your back, keep it straight, look cute. There's so many ways to just have that confidence. So I really suggest practicing, bringing it to your awareness, being mindful of like, what am I doing, why, how does it look, all that good stuff. And then lastly, another way that you can just start to exude confidence, especially when in conversation, is to mirror someone else's body language. That will automatically on an unconscious way make them feel more comfortable with you. So let's say you're talking to someone and like, it's hard to do this because I'm just here by myself. So let's say that you're talking to someone and like they lean to the side. Maybe you lean to the side a little bit. If they're leaning in, you're sitting over a table, they do this. You can kind of mirror that. And that just gives your brain that connection that they're on the same wavelength, we're on the same vibe, we're doing the same thing. And that can help you to exude confidence and to help, this is more like in conversation, I guess, but making people feel like, oh, okay, like that girl is here. So these are some of my tips on how to exude confidence. I hope it was helpful. And the number one thing, ladies, and any of you amazing men watching, is that confidence comes from within. And as much as I would love to teach about faking it until you make it, you really have to intentionally take time to love yourself, to work on yourself, because faking it is not going to be authentic. It's not going to be real. You're not actually going to feel good and feel confident unless you truly start to love those parts of yourself. So watch some of my videos if you want to learn a little bit more about self-love. If you have specific questions about any of this, confidence, self-love, bad bitchery in general, comment below on any of my videos. I'm super happy to answer your question or make another video answering your questions as well. I hope this was helpful. Please subscribe to the channel and turn those notifications on. And also, follow me on fucking Instagram. Like, I love YouTube, y'all are my people, but I am on Instagram so much more, and just follow me on Instagram, okay? It's Amber the Baddie XOXO. I know that shit's long, I'm sorry, but it is what it is, right? Follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.